The plan is Elden Ring and Count Duckula. It's gonna be live. Greetings, children. It is I, your obedient servant, Sebastian St. Smalls. The plan for this one, like I said before, is Elden Ring and Count Duckula. Thanks so much for swinging by. Wish us luck. Catch you guys on the flip side. Oh, but first, let's share it to Twitter. Oops.
New butler, as to how I can be suitably servile.
Yes. First of all, I guess I'd better tell the old butler he's fired. Igor!
You called, my lord?
Yes. Igor, I'd like a little talk with you.
Third time's the charm.
Cast out. Dismissed after 7.5 centuries of faithful service. Ousted by a penguin. And what does the wretched Jives know of the master's little ways? No, I do not trust that ghastly little bounder.
Jives! Jives!
Yes, your superiority?
Oh, Jives, I'm hungry.
I'll ask Cook to bring you the menu.
Ah, Cook? Who is Cook?
My distant cousin.
Ah.
Casserole penguin Jives.
What's on the menu?
Seaweed.
Seaweed?
Seaweed a la mode, terrine of seaweed, grilled seaweed with seaweed, filleted seaweed in a seaweed sauce, seaweed bon femme poached seaweed on a bed of seaweed with a side salad of
Seaweed.
Seaweed.
Maybe I shouldn't have got rid of Igor after all. Where's Nanny? Oh, all right, Jives. I'll have the seaweed.
A very wise choice, Your Intelligence. I'll tell my cousin the maid to bring it in.
9 penguins. What is the master doing with all that stuff? How will he ever pay them? After all, he never even paid me. No, this is my reward. To be cast out into the terrible cold of an Arctic winter with no one. And now I am hallucinating. It looks like... yes, a Christmas pudding. An airborne Christmas pudding. No, it's a hot air balloon. It's Dr. Von Goosewing, boiled bats and banshees. I must tell the master. No. Wait, I've got a better idea. Dr. Von Goosewing!
What's
Dr.
that?
Von Goosewing!
I can't make out what down there is. Is it a penguin? No, it's Igor! Ah! So, just keep an eye on the balloon, Heinrich. Hi, Heinrich, you hear me? Always playing hard to get. Okay, Igor, you were saying?
I was saying, Dr. Von Goosewing, that the master has gone mad. He has cast me out into the cold, cold snow and taken on a younger butler. And that's not all.
It's not?
No. For some reason best known to himself, he has disguised himself as the penguin butler.
Yeah?
Yeah, and yes. And he's disguised the butler as himself.
But wait a moment, the butler is himself.
No, the butler is now my master because my master is disguised as someone else. Because he is not himself.
Heinrich, bring me a headache pill.
Dr. Von Goosewing, it is perfectly simple. One penguin is now Count Duckula, while the other penguins are penguins, except for the one who's a duck.
Make that a dozen headache pills, Heinrich. Are you trying to tell me that there is more than one penguin?
Oh, yes, there is certainly more than one penguin, Dr. Von Goosewing.
How many more? Tell me.
9.
Yes, but you see, it is important that I know. Tell me how many more.
9.
Rumpelstiltskin, tell me.
9, 9, 9.
Yeah. Tell me.
I have told you how many.
Heinrich, just bring the bottle.
Dr. Von Goosewing, are you quite yourself?
Well, I was when I left home. I just hope I'm not turning into a penguin.
Make that 2 bottles, Heinrich, and be quick. Look, all you have to remember, Goosewing, is to miss the duck and zap the penguin.
We're the McCormick brothers from the Alpine Life, and today we're going to break down how we use Canon to shoot McLaren brand films. Our approach to storytelling is always to stay as immersive as possible. Our Canon kit
Where's that
silly old tradesman's entrance? I get. Whoops a daisy. Oh, now then, if I haven't fallen into someone's wardrobe, and it's full of fur coats, just what I need to keep me warm. I'd no idea they were so heavy. Ooh, there now. Oh, I must let my ducky boo see me in this. Now, how do I get out of here?
Yes, Jives?
Forgive me for taking the liberty, your wealthiness, but I thought it proper to remind you what day it is.
What day it is?
Yes, my lord.
Jives, get on parade at the double.
Oh, dear.
Oh, what's that?
That, sir, is...
Fish will cast little bunda fish.
That is my present employer, returned home unexpectedly.
Do you hear me, Jives?
Indeed I do, sir.
Then where's me dinner, eh? Where's me fish? Ah, you have it there. Dashed funny-looking fish, that is.
Fish? I'm no fish. I'm nobody's dinner either.
No, sir, this is not your dinner. This is...
Another of your infernal, scrounging, distant cousins, eh? So where is my dinner? Where's me fish? Never mind your distant cousins. You, your horrible, idle self, will bring me fish. Lots of fish on the double.
Colonel Willoughby, sir,
And tell your distant cousin there to distance himself some distance from the igloo.
As you wish, Colonel. However, I feel that I should inform you of my decision vis-à-vis and enray my position as your butler.
What's that supposed to mean, you ghastly little object?
Put it briefly, sir. I quit.
I love when you say that.
I quit, Colonel. As of this moment, you are one valet the less. You are somewhat deficient in the manservant department. You are, to put not too fine a point on it, butlerless.
What absent without leave, deserting you ghastly little blunder.
Now, Colonel, don't get overheated.
Overheated, you horrible idol object, you...
I took that twice in a month.
And he's ruined the carpet. Now, you were saying?
I was about to remind your wealthiness what day it is.
Oh.
Payday.
Paid. I paid the butler in 1736.
But I wasn't the butler.
And I wasn't myself. No, I mustn't start that again.
May I remind your munificence that apart from myself, there are 8 other eight other staff.
And may I remind you, your penguin ship, that I haven't any money.
You haven't any money?
Nope, not a cent.
Are you trying to tell me your bankruptcy that me and my mates have been flogging ourselves to death here and you ain't got none of the ready?
Hey, what happened to Albert Penguin Jive?
He just died of shock, that's what happened to him, and that ain't nothing compared to what's going to happen to you if you don't cough up with a lolly.
Igor!
Not here, is he? You gave him the boot, didn't you?
Nanny!
Oh, go, your battered nest.
Hey, wait a minute!
So, duckula, I have you at last.
Oh, no, not you again, Goosewing. I've got enough trouble with this lot.
And don't think you can fool me, duckula, because I know you're not duckula.
What are you talking about?
Brilliant ventriloquist you may be, but I know that all of you penguins are penguins, including the
after
one
this
who's a
episode,
duck,
do you want to
except
switch
for
to
the
Jack
one
Betty
who's a
TV,
penguin,
or do you want to
who's
do more
a duck.
Duckula?
Look here, you silly old bat.
And don't think
After this episode, do you want to switch to Jack Betty TV or do another Duckula? Okay, well, it's almost over, so let's finish the episode for people who like Duckula. But then we'll switch to Jack Benny.
think you can confuse me any more than what I am already by calling me
Now
what
you
I
can see the
ain't,
pretty
you
horse.
vampire villain.
You are?
You're talking to Dr. Von Batwing, no, Batwing Mongoose, Goosewink von Banda. Oh, never mind who you're talking to. You're going to get it.
Look out, lads, run for it!
Look out! Stop!
Don't worry, Tori. Fortune's on our side.
Take that.
We found her here.
Goosewing, stop it!
All right, duck. I know you're a penguin. Get out of the way so I can zap the penguin who's a duck. And you, duck, stop ducking. So,
One of her fires.
Over, stop talking to! It's him you want! The duck's the duck!
Even if it does violate
you having a
the
party,
rules.
Duckula? Think this is a party, Nanny? Is that why you're wearing fancy dress?
Oh, isn't it lovely? I fell into a wardrobe, you see.
No, I don't see.
Well,
And don't tell me.
the fur coat it was. Just look. Ever so lovely and warm. There's only one thing wrong with it. It snores.
Snores? The fur coat ecky thump, it's a polar bear! Wait for me! Wait for me!
Wow, a fur coat that finds its own way to the wardrobe. Whatever will they think of next, Master Duckula?
what? Master Duckula? You mean Duckula's the duck? You're a villain.
No, it's all a mistake. I can explain everything.
Take that! Yeah, got a damn you, out of gas. Wait there, Duckula, you monster, while I fill this Dingsboom contraption up with some more juice. Heinrich! Heinrich! The vampire zapper battery recharger und quick! I don't know, you just can't. You invent something and what happens? Nothing, that's what.
Ooh, that was close.
Ooh, where's all your little friends then?
Friends, Nanny, friends.
What do you mean? Ha ha!
That Nanny was a hollow, mirthless laugh.
And another thing.
My lord.
Igor!
Indeed, my lord.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Oh, does this mean, sir, that I am reinstated?
No, Igor, it does not. It just means you've got your job back.
I am most gratified to hear that, my lord. Now, if I may make a suggestion.
Suggest away, Igor, suggest away.
May I make so bold as to advise a speedy return to Transylvania, sanity, and serendipity, my lord?
Absolutely, Igor. But let's go to Transylvania first.
Your wish, my lord, is about to be gratified.
boy, am I glad to be home. If I never see another snowflake, it'll be too soon. Oh, who can that be? Come in.
Oh, gosh, dear little bounder, where's me fish?
As the echoes of the blood-curdling scream fade amid the alpine mountains of Transylvania once more until next we meet. Good night out there, whatever you are.
If you're feeling all you kind of could be your man of will. If your needs go and your teeth go, maybe you bumped into duckula. He flies through the night looking for a bite, but he's back home by daylight. If you sort of or you're a little, it's certain you run into. If your heart goes or your mind goes, man, you had a brush with. So watch out for the, beware of the, and pray you'll never meet with.
Legend has it that these foul beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however, for they may be brought back to life by means of a secret rite.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program. With Jack's special guest, Lawrence Welk.
Tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're hot after my throat.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Now, I'm sure that you all noticed that my theme song sounded better than usual. And the reason for that is because instead of my own voice playing it, it was played by Lawrence Welk and his orchestra. And I found out that even with the additional men that Welk has, it really costs me less than my own orchestra. I mean, when you figure what I save on fumigating the studio, lunches for the parole officers, bail bonds, and similar fringe benefits, believe me, Welk and his orchestra is much cheaper. And you don't know what a pleasure it is to do a show with a band you don't have to prop up. Well, I don't exactly prop my voice up. You see, I just sort of lean them against each other. Remember once, the clarinet player stepped forward to play a solo, see, and it was like pulling the center pole out of a circus tent. Anyway, I'm so happy to have Lawrence Welk because it gives me a chance to do the kind of a show that gives me a chance to do the... Ladies, I'm right in the middle of a show.
Mr. Benny, don't you recognize us?
Oh, for heaven's sake, you're the president and vice president of my Pasadena fan club.
You haven't forgotten us.
Well, of course I haven't forgotten you, but, you know, I'm really right in the middle of a show. So, girls, why don't you go right...
Girls? Well, he called us that before. Oh, yes, but this time he's got his glasses on.
Yes. Well, tell me, has my fan club gotten any bigger lately?
Well, Emma has gained a little weight. Oh, Mary, he didn't mean that. He's talking about members.
Yes. I mean, how's my fan club doing?
Oh, it's doing fine. We just got 2 members from Francis X. Bushman.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that, and I want to tell you how nice it was of you to come over here to see me.
Well,
Well, what?
Emma, you tell him. He didn't exactly come to see you. This time, he came down to see Lawrence Welk. Please get us wrong, Mr. Benny. We love your violin playing. But when Lawrence plays that accordion, we imagine it's us he's squeezing. Lyra, you promised you wouldn't tell that.
But you like Mr. Wells.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I auditioned to be his champagne lady.
You did? What happened?
She was the wrong vintage. Look who's talking, Miss Glendale of 1902. 1903, Smarty.
Now, look, girls, I'm sure you didn't come up here to argue. You came here to see Mr. Wells, right? Well, I was just about to introduce him, so why don't you go back to your seat?
Oh, yes. Come on, Emmy. He's going to introduce Lawrence Welk. I haven't been this thrilled since Rudy Valley told me his time was my time.
They're so cute. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Mr. Lawrence Welk and his champagne music.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Shoot. Left is health. Sneak up on the bad guy and got the great sword.
I must tell you that your music is just wonderful. What? I said your music is wonderful.
Jack, I'm afraid I don't...
Oh, of course, I'm sorry. I meant to say your music is wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you. You know, everybody mispronounces that word.
I must tell you, Lord, that really it's wonderful having you and your fine musicians on my show.
Thank you very much.
And you know, I've been listening to you for a long time. You've had quite a career. I mean, what do you attribute your such a long success, standing?
Well, Jack, there are no doubt many reasons, but I think the main reason is because we never went in for that wild, far-out music.
Far-out music?
Yes, like Guy Lombardo and Wayne King.
Or Sammy Kaye.
Yeah, he was crazy, man, crazy.
Yeah, but, really, you have had, and I've always loved your theme song. Such a beautiful theme song. But where did you ever get the idea for those bubbles?
Well, Jack, to be honest, that came about by accident. It was during the days of my one-night stands back in the Midwest. We've been out on the road for about 6 weeks. And one night, just as we started to play, I looked up, and there were all the bubbles coming from behind the brass section, and Jack, it was beautiful, really beautiful.
It was. Well, where did you get the idea?
Well, really, from no one. The trombone player was doing his laundry.
Doing his laundry?
Yes, well, thanks to a pair of dirty socks, I got $1 million trademark.
Well, that's wonderful. But listen, everybody. But you mean everybody in the band? They do their laundry on the stage?
For the next 5 years, we were known as the cleanest music this side of Pismo Beach.
Well, yes, I'll join you. I'll join you on that. But, you know, Lawrence, of course, in those days, every orchestra, they had a sort of a slogan, you know. And like, for instance, I remember even Phil Harris, when he was with me in radio, he was known as Phil Harris and his International Orchestra. International meaning that he was as well known in San Diego as he was in Tijuana. But, Lawrence, may I call you Larry?
Call me anything you wanted, Jack.
Okay. Well, Lawrence, look at me. You know, I want to tell you something. I hope you won't be offended at what I'm going to say.
No, go right ahead. Jack.
Well, you know, this thing of conducting an orchestra, leading an orchestra, that's a sort of a racket, isn't it?
What do you mean?
A racket? Well, I mean, there's nothing to leading an orchestra, isn't it? Isn't it just a racket? I mean, here you stand there with a stick like this, you know, and you're going up and down. I mean, if you had a hammer in your hand, at least you could be building something. Or cracking nuts. But just to stand there with a stick
aura
up
is the
and down.
grace of the Erd Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered elden ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the elden ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring. Upon the cliff, in a demigod, if the rays and the elden, as an ally by pact, I pray to face the challenge.
world can conduct an orchestra. I don't mean just you. I'm not trying to insult you, believe me. I think anybody can conduct an orchestra.
You mean anybody can lead an orchestra?
I think I can lead an orchestra. I'll show you what I mean. May I have your baton? Sure. Just a second. Now, will you just stay over there? I've never directed an orchestra before in my life. I want to show you there's nothing. Oh, fellas! Fellas, you ready? I want you to. All right, boys. A one, a two. Joke on me. They ran off the... All right, fellas, you can come back. You played your little joke. Come on back. Come on back. You're on the stand. Oh, big funny men. Not your joke over. All right. Now, look at me. Lawrence, now I'm going to show you what I mean about conducting the orchestra. They were kidding me before, you know, running off. I'll show you that it's easy to do. And we're going to play, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to repeat that number, row, row, row. Ready? A one, a two. They were just tuning up. Ready, boys? A one, a two. A one, a two. When I asked you and the boys to come here to do a show with me, that I had an ulterior motive.
You did?
Yes. You know, years ago in radio, when I was in radio, I wrote a song, a very beautiful song. And for some reason or other, it was a ballad. Nothing ever became of it. I took it to some of our greatest publishers. They couldn't do anything with it. I took it to Dmitri Tiomkin to get one of his arrangements.
You
Nothing.
steer clear of a gill like fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake.
Happened. I even took it to George Burns, and he refused to sing.
Well, didn't that help?
Not at all. Now listen, but I'm sure, look, I'm sure that with your orchestra playing it, it'll do something for this number.
Well, Jack, I'll be glad to do anything I can, but I'm kind of surprised. You really wrote a song?
I wrote a beautiful, it's a ballad, a torch song. Yeah, and I wrote the words from the movie.
What's the title?
Well, wait a minute. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. Now, I'll bet you've never heard of it.
No, I haven't, Jack, and I've been in the music business for 37 years.
Thanks. Well, look, I happen to have a copy of it right here, you see? And I just want to sing these lyrics to you, and then I'm sure the minute you hear them, you'll want to do this with your orchestra. It'll be a big help. Listen to the lyrics. They're every bit as good.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? to call forth the spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive
Good
my
as the
intrusion,
Now, read
Tarnished.
this. Now listen to
I
this.
doubt we shall again meet.
When you say I beg your
It's all the
pardon,
same.
then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you.
Wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. Serrano.
Yes, that's a little town in Italy.
And the birds flew all the way from Serrano to Capistrano?
That's right.
Well, that's over 10,000 miles. The swallow couldn't possibly fly that far.
Look at, what do you belong to, the Musicians Union or the Audubon Society? Now listen to this, will you? Listen to the rest of this. When you, and stop laughing at me. When you say that you are sorry, then I will understand. Near the harvest moon we'll pledge our love anew, our love anew. So my darling, though we parted, come back to whence we started.
When?
Yes, whence. That's a poetic form of the word where.
But, Jack...
Look, if you can say wonderful, I can say when. Now listen to this finish. If you can say one, no. So my darling, though we parted, come back to when we started. And sweetheart, then I'll come back to you. Now, Lawrence, you'll have to admit that's a beautiful song.
Jack, if that's a beautiful song, I've been hit on my head with one bubble too many.
Well, you can't tell by my singing. I think your orchestra should play. Really.
Yeah, but Jack, fortunately, my men don't have the music to this song.
Oh, fortunately, well, I'll tell you what I did. I put the music on their stand and they know nothing about it. I'm going to give it to them now, and we're going to play. Then you'll see how good it is. Open the curtain. Up. Now, fellas, look at turn the page. You got my music up there. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. That's the number right there. I can't find the part. Oh, it's number 13, Benedict.
But, Mr. Benny, I'm the concert master.
I don't care. This is my song. Now get off. Looked like he swallowed Mickey Mouse and left the tail sticking out. Give me a, will you please?
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano, come back to Capistrano. For you, my heart will.
I didn't ask you.
When you say that you are sorry, then I will understand. 'Neath the harvest moon we'll play
let me talk to you about something.
Oh, for heaven's sake, it was going so beautifully, I never... Pardon me, Mr. Arnold.
What? You know, I have an idea. I believe we might be able to tell this song if we would put it into a polka style, which is more our style of music.
You mean My Beautiful Torch song into a polka? You think it would?
Yes, that's really what I mean.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's try it.
Okay. Everybody come up and dance.
Emma, you take Mr. Betty. I've got Mr. Wonderful.
With Jack's guests Barbara Stanwyck and Bob Crosby. Brought to you by Lucky Strike. Get the genuine article. Get the honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
The place, engine room. The cigarette, Lucky Strike. This man's brand because he wants the honest taste to fine tobacco. In Lucky's, he gets it. Sometimes a cigarette is your only companion. In that case, try Lucky Strike. It's mild, but not too mild, with a taste that's fresh, smooth, and unforgettable.
Never was a man who could forget the taste of a genuine cigarette. Get the honest taste a man can like. The honest taste of a Lucky Strike. The honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
Get the genuine article. Get the honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
Terribly sorry, my watch must have been slow. So embarrassing. Put on the curtains, please. You know, the reason, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I was, oh, this is awful. The reason I was backstage sweeping the stage, you see, I have what is known in show business as a package deal. By that I mean that my sponsor, you see, pays me a certain amount of money for each show, and anything that I save, I can keep. And you'd be amazed how much stagehands get. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, look, the spotlight is supposed to follow me wherever I go. No, right here. Here I am. That's it. Thank you. That's it. Watch it, Mary. Whatever I save, I can keep, you see. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight my guest star is Miss Barbara Stanwyck. Now, thank you. She'll be glad to hear about that. But, you see, Miss Stanwyck, you all know, you're all familiar with Miss Stanwyck's work in the movies. I mean, she's been in so many of them. As a matter of fact, Miss Stanwyck has been in pictures almost as long as I've been out of them. See, I haven't made a picture since the, I'll never forget the Horn Blows at Midnight. Unfortunately, that picture, The Horn Blows at Midnight, wasn't made in 3 dimensions. It was just 1 dimension. Lousy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a play. Hold all that noise back there. Yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are going to... Anything I save, I can keep, you know. What'd you say, Bob?
May I have a word with you?
Yeah, look at Bob. You know, we're going to do our play pretty soon. Have you got the scenery built yet?
That's what I want to speak to you about. You got a lot of nerve making me stay backstage building sets.
Well, this is a fine time to complain. I mean, you volunteered to do it.
I volunteered. You tricked me.
What do you mean I tricked you?
Well, when you needed a carpenter, you came over to me and you said, Bob, in what state is Little Rock? And when I said Arkansas, you handed me this and said, go.
I thought it was clever. Well, you know how to use it, don't you?
If I did, I would have thought that joke right out of the script.
Fine, I see. Well, look at Bob. Now, look, before we go into our play, you have to do your song, you see? So go back to your dressing room and take off those overalls.
But I haven't got a dressing room.
Well, build yourself one. I gave him a song. Ladies and gentlemen, our play tonight, the one that Barbara Stanwyck and I are going to do, we did about 2 years ago. It's a satire on Metro-Goldwyn's famous classic, Gaslight, which we call Autolite.
I love this one. It's about
a tale
gaslight.
well calculated to keep you in suspense. And I have one other thing to tell you. And this has nothing to do with the play. But yesterday, I ran into a friend of mine from my hometown, from Waukegan, Illinois, see? An old buddy of mine from Waukegan. We used to go to school together. And he told me that he had a daughter who was an acrobatic dancer. And he wanted to know if I could give her an opportunity on my show. He said if she just had one television show, she could really go places, you see? And naturally, I couldn't turn him down because, you know, we were buddies in Waukegan. So I'd like to have you meet his daughter, Miss Mildred Thompson. Go ahead, Mildred. Go ahead. You see, it didn't take long. And at least it makes her father happy. Where she's going with that act, I don't know. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Crosby will sing I Don't Care If the Sun Don't Shine.
I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby. It's no fun with the sun around, but I get going when the sun goes down, and I'm when we kiss, and then we kiss some more. Don't ask how many times we kiss at a time like this. Who keeps score? I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby. Sun contains a ray they label vitamin D. If you like vitamin D, it's quite all right with me. But I am here to say that I like vitamin low, but I can't get vitamin low with that doggone sun above. Oh, I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby. It's no fun with the sun around, but I get going when the sun goes down and I meet my baby. That's when we kiss, then we kiss, kiss and kiss some more. Don't ask how many times we kiss at a time like this. Keep score, so I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my loving in the evening time when I'm with my baby.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now I know that you're all anxious to see Mr. Jack Benny and his very delightful guest, Miss Barbara Stanwyck. So without further ado, I'm going to turn you over to Don Wilson, who will set the scene for the sketch. Don?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jack Benny Lucky Strike Players, starring Barbara Stanwyck, bring you their version of one of the greatest, yes, there's no doubt about it. A Lucky Strike is the greatest. Nothing here but the honest taste of fine tobacco, fresh and unforgettable. It's mild, but not too mild. Get the genuine article. Get the honest taste of a Lucky Strike. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Jack Benny Players, starring Barbara Stanwyck, bring you that great psychological drama, Autolite. The scene is the living room on the first floor of a four-story house in a gloomy and unfashionable quarter of London in the year 1871. Outwardly, the atmosphere is one of peace, for even the servants are unaware that for the past weeks, the master of the house has been systematically pursuing a sinister, diabolical scheme to drive his wife insane.
I thought the master wanted Mrs. Manningham to have supper in her room.
He did, but she insisted on eating in here.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Erd tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the finger maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost. Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
And if you ask me, I think she's off her trolley. The master said she ordered this for her dinner.
What is it?
Marinated salami.
She's an odd one, all right.
The master master says if she doesn't get any better, he's going to send her away to...
Here she comes now. If you need me, I'll be in the pantry.
Righto.
Elizabeth, I've changed my mind. I don't think I'll eat anything.
Oh, but why, madam? Don't you feel well?
These headaches, these awful, frightful headaches pounding day in and day out. My husband tells me I keep doing things I don't even remember. I can't sleep at night. I keep tossing and turning and wondering what's going to become of me. Oh, why? Why do I get these awful headaches?
Madam, perhaps if you ate something, you would feel better.
Yes, maybe you're right.
I know you're going to enjoy your supper. It's exactly what your husband said you ordered.
What's that?
Marinated salami.
Marinated salami?
Yes. Shall I pour the sour cream?
No, don't pour anything. I'm going mad, I tell you. I don't even remember ordering anything like that. Oh, these headaches, these awful headaches. Where is my husband? Why isn't he here when I need him?
Madam, I think the master just came in.
Oh, good. Good, you may go, Elizabeth. Oh. Charles, I'm so glad you're home. The hours that you're away drag on and on. I can't live without you by my side. I need your sympathy, your help, your tender understanding. Oh, my beloved, my darling. Only you can guide me through the darkness of my confusion. Only you can make me smile again, laugh again, live again. Oh, Charles, speak to me, speak to me.
What are you doing out of your room? Answer me, Bella. What are you doing out of your room?
Oh, I had to come out. It's these headaches, these awful headaches. I've been confined to my room all day, and it was driving me mad. Breakfast in bed, lunch in bed. I couldn't have dinner in bed. It was full of dirty dishes.
Ah, my poor Bella. Control yourself. You're getting hysterical. What you need is a sedative. I'll ring for the maid. Bella, while you're waiting for the sedative, why don't you just sit here and relax?
Yes, Charles.
Just close your eyes. Close your eyes, Bella, and forget everything.
Yes, Charles.
You feel better now, Bella?
Oh, yes, Charles, yes.
I knew if you just sat here and relaxed, you'd feel so much.
Charles, what are you staring at?
That picture on the wall. Why did you turn it upside down?
Picture upside... But I didn't turn the picture upside down. It must have been someone else. Oh, Charles, what's happening to me? What's happening to me?
That other picture's upside down, too. Look.
No!
Why do you keep doing these things?
But I didn't!
Bella, your mind is... Why don't you keep turning pictures upside down, and you don't even remember?
But I didn't turn it upside down. It must have been someone else.
Someone else. Always someone else. Are you suggesting that one of the maids or the butler did it?
Yes, that's it. The butler. The butler, he must have done it.
Very well. I'll find out.
Oh, don't humiliate me in front of the servants, please.
It's the only way, Bella. I'll ring for the butler.
Pictures upside down, then perhaps I did do it, but I don't remember.
Don't remember? Where is that? Where is it? Jean! Jean! Jeeves, those pictures are upside down. Did you notice it?
Well, by Jove, if they ain't.
Did you do it?
Oh, me?
Maybe you did it when you were dusting.
Yes. Yes, Jeeves. Maybe you did it while you were working.
Me working? Oh, your lordship, come now.
Then I assume that you did not turn those pictures upside down. There you are, Bella. Then you're the one who...
But I don't remember.
Don't remember. Lately, you've been doing everything backwards. Yesterday, when we came back from the fox hunt, you hung your riding habit in the stable and put the horse in that closet. Bella, you must admit, there's something wrong with you. Bella, you must let me take you away. Jeeves, you may go.
Thank you, sir. Me have tomorrow.
Tomorrow off, why?
The cricket matches, you know. Thank you, boss.
What?
Righto, governor.
I hope now, Bella, that you realize that you are mentally ill.
Oh, Charles, where are you going?
I have an appointment.
Every night you leave me alone. Tell me, is it another woman?
I hate to admit it, but the answer is no. Goodbye, Bella.
Wait, before you go, kiss me.
Very well, Bella. How was that, Bella?
One dimension. Every night he leaves me alone. I can't stand it anymore. I must have someone to talk to. Elizabeth! Elizabeth! Oh, where is that maid? Why does he leave me like this? Why? Oh, the lights. They're going dim again, the same as they did last night and the night before. Every time he leaves me, the lights go dim. Oh, why does he do this to me? If he only knew how much I loved him, he'd stay here and comfort me through the... Oh, Charles, my husband, he's come back. Oh, Charles. Oh, Charles, don't ever leave me again. Oh, Charles, let me hold you close. Oh, Charles. Wait a minute, who are you?
If I said I'm anybody else but Charles, I'd be crazy. I want to see you. I am an inspector from Scotland Yard, and I've come to talk to you about your husband.
Oh, my poor Charles, is he in danger?
No, but you are.
Me?
Yes, you see, your husband is a notorious jewel thief. And 15 years ago, he murdered a woman in this very mansion. And then he married you, so that under the guise of an English gentleman, he could come back and search the place for her jewels.
No, Inspector.
Just call me Charles.
Inspector, you're hurting me.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. As I was saying, you see, your husband is trying to drive you out of your mind so that he can send you away and that he can continue the search in the attic.
Oh, so that's why the lights go dim down here. He turns the gas on in the attic.
Yes, and he has a secret door through which you can return without and pretend that nothing had happened.
Inspector, how do you know so much about this house?
Well, I built it. If your husband asks you where Little Rock is, say Idaho.
I don't know what you're talking about. But tell me, what are you going to do with my husband?
Well, I have a plan, which...
The lights! They're coming up again. That means he's coming down. Quick, get in the closet! He may have to be in there for a long time. I better get him something to eat. Inspector! Inspector!
Did you call me?
Yes, Wait a minute, you were in this closet. closet.
You see, I was testing you. You did remember. You were as sane as I am.
Oh, thank goodness. Here, in case you get hungry.
What is that?
Marinated salami. My husband! Oh, he's coming back.
Well, Bella, are you feeling better?
Oh, yes, Charles. My headache is all gone.
Oh. Bella, how careless of you to leave this napkin on the floor.
Oh, I'll put it in the closet.
No, I'll put it in the closet.
No, not that closet.
What?
That is the linen closet.
Very well. You know, Bella, I was talking to Dr. Pepper today, and as we were having a Coke, he told me that tomorrow
Charles, did you put the napkin in the closet?
I didn't have to. The closet reached out and grabbed it.
Charles, you're talking crazy.
No. You're the one that's crazy. Keep going around this house, turning everything upside down. Now, Bella, why don't you admit it? Your mind is failing. Let me send you away. I'll have the butler pack your bags. Jeeves!
Howard!
Jeeves, pack Madam's bag. But before you do, bring me a brandy. Yes, Bella. Everything is wrong lately. Tonight, you turned the pictures upside down. Yesterday, you turned the desk upside down. The table's upside down. The chair's upside down. You keep going all over the house, turning everything upside down. Bella, did you notice something different about the butler?
Yes, Charles. And I found out something different about you, too.
You did?
Your game is up. Your scheme didn't work. I know who you are and what you are. I know what you've been trying to do to me.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, then, my dear Bella, the time for subtleties is over.
Oh!
Hey, do you have a piece of rye bread?
Inspector, help me! Help me!
Mr. Manningham, unhand that woman. Lady Bella, I shall take this man to the police station, and then I'll come back and I will check for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Yes.
The ones on the rug belong to the butler. Wait, before you take him away, I'd like to talk to my husband alone.
Then I'd better tie him to this chair. I'll be in the kitchen if you should need me.
That was very clever of you, Bella. And the way he fell for you.
What?
Look at me, Bella. I'm Charles, your husband. And you love me. Bella, go over to that table over there. There's a knife. Get that knife.
Oh, yes.
Get that knife and cut me loose.
Oh, yes, the knife. The knife.
That's right, Bella. Bella. Bella, why are you standing there? Bella, aren't you going to cut me loose?
Oh, yes, Charles. I'm going to cut you very loose.
Bella, I'm your husband, Charles.
Yes, Charles, you're my husband. And you tried to make me believe that I was crazy. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. But it was you who drove me to it. It was you who turned the pictures upside down. It was you who turned the lamp upside down and almost convinced me that I did it. Then you turned the table upside down, the desk upside down. The other day I baked an upside-down cake and you turned it right side up.
Bella, don't kill me.
No, I won't kill you. That's too much for you. I don't want to take you away.
Jack will be back with his guest, Barbara Stanwyck, in just a moment. But first, here's a word about the honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
A smoke goes good when you're working. Or is it that the work goes better when you're smoking? Take a Lucky Strike. Yeah, take a Lucky Strike next time you smoke on the job. You'll find it's mild, but not too mild. tastes good if it's Lucky Strike. Nothing here but the honest taste of fine tobacco. Fresh and unforgettable.
Never was a man who could forget the taste of a genuine cigarette. Get the honest taste a man can like. The honest taste of a Lucky Strike. The honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
Get the genuine article. Get the honest taste of a Lucky Strike.
Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. You were a wonderful audience, and now I would like to once again have you meet my guest star, Miss Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara, I must say again that you were just wonderful in my show.
Well, it was my pleasure, Jack. I would also like to tell you that I'm a great fan of yours and your television show, and also I think you have one of the finest radio programs on the air today.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
But, of course, how could you help it with such a wonderful personality as Mary Livingston? Thanks, Mary.
See you in about 10 minutes. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. And then I go.
I've got home internet from T-Mobile. It only costs $50 at T-Mobile. Just one cord to set up. Say goodbye to that truck. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. They won't raise your rates at T-Mobile. You'll get a great deal every day.
Home internet from T-Mobile, just $50 a month.
Do you want a towel?
Does my moist repose bother you?
If you want trouble, you get...
Begin by simply listening slow down. See, just start. This is for today.